Hi, people. It's Lou. Things have been strange lately. I'm in a whole new place, and I guess I just haven't had a whole lot to say, too. Trying to figure out life, trying to unpack. I'm tired of packing and unpacking. But that's what's happening. I have been here since actually the day after Christmas because I got here after midnight. Okay. My plane was late doing whatever it was doing. Excuse me, my goodness. Okay, so I was in the middle of talking to you people and showing you some stuff, and then my phone rang. So I went to my phone because it was an important call. And there still might be another call come in because I had put one out this morning. I want to talk to somebody, and it's important. Trying to figure out what I am doing. I'm with my daughter, and we're doing okay. And had a lovely Christmas season with the kids. Actually, it was between Christmas and New Year's. I missed Christmas, but that's okay. I made it. The best Christmas gift of all got here late. I was still after midnight. I was supposed to arrive at 11:20, and that's still late. But the plane had problems. I don't know. I don't remember what. But we made it. It's an awful long way down to not make it. I mean, to have problems. Um, let's see. I was going to give an endorsement for something. I was in the middle of it when I got off the phone. But it's really good. So I'm going to show it to you. Okay. Let's see if you can see it. It's a vanilla latte, iced coffee. It's Atkins diet stuff. So I'm reading backwards because that's how it shows for me. But 15 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, 3 grams of fiber, and 4 grams of what? Net carbs. I'm not really quite understanding that. Net. That must be after you add everything to it or something. I forget what the other word is. You've got net and you've got something else. But the point is, when you're counting carbs, that's what I was going to tell you, then you can take away. You have a certain amount of carbs, and that's your sugar. They said when you're counting sugars, you just count the carbs, okay? And then there'll be another number on there about sugars that they added. There's carbs that are in things that were not added, okay? And then there is. So when it says 1 gram of sugar, I imagine that means 1 gram of sugar added. But whatever's in there gave us 4 net carbs, 4 grams of net carbs. Anyway, so it's 15 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. And so if you didn't have this all spelled out for you and you were counting your carbs, counting your sugars and stuff, you would just count carbs. That added sugars is part of the carbs, okay? But it tells you what they added to it. But anyway, so I'm trying to remember, just give you a little scenario. Let's say, okay, we'll go buy this drink. It's got 15 grams of carbs. So you could take away the grams of fiber and the grams of protein. So this drink has 15 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugars, but we're not going to count that because it's got 4 grams of net carbs. I'm going to look at the back and see. I should have already done that. But, when they're showing you everything, total fat, 9 grams. Wow. All right, saturated fats is just 1.5. Trans fat is 0, and that's important. You don't want any trans fats. I can't remember why, but it's important. Polyunsaturated fat, 1 gram. Monosaturated, 2.5. I don't understand those things, okay? Nevertheless, on the back here it says 7 grams of total carbs. And then dietary fiber, 3 grams, and then total sugars is 1 gram. Okay, and then 15 grams of protein. So, I know I'm kind of probably scattering a little bit, maybe getting you confused, but let's say you're going to the store and you got something and you want to read on the back what's in it. And we'll just say, for instance, just for instance, because that's not the case here, let's say we have 20 grams of carbs. Well, you can take away the protein. You can take away the protein and you can take away the fiber. So in this particular drink, we got 15 grams of protein and 3 grams of fiber. So that's 17 grams that you can take away if you had 20 grams of something. Carbs, 20 grams of carbs. You can take away the grams of protein and you can take away the grams of fiber. And that leaves you with how many carbs, because they cross each other off, okay? So this is a very, very good drink. And besides that, it's not even saying, what is it saying you got here? The total carbs is 7 grams. So you're going to take 7 grams and you're going to take away 15 grams of protein. And then you're going to take away the other ones. So you are at a minus carbs. And then it's got all these vitamins and minerals in it too. But I'm telling you, I was very surprised. Some of these drinks don't taste that good, okay? But this one tastes pretty good. I like it. And so it says, wait a minute, that says per serving. So how many servings are they going to say is in here? Oh, 1 serving, very good. 1 serving per container. Sometimes it's 3 servings per container. So all these things you have to, add together. Anyway, so I'm excited about it, and I'm going to have some. Cheers, people. I really like it. And I do have a need for eating. In other words, it's probably my brain, but I wait until the last minute. Food is the last thing on my mind until I'm starving. So, gotta do something about that. And I bought myself some Slim Fast, and I don't know if I showed you guys that the other day. I'm sure I've showed it to you before. The bag has changed, and I get it from, I think you can get it from Walmart too, but not in the store. You have to order it online. But I got mine from Amazon, and it's usually like $31 for 52 servings, okay? So that's going to be a little bit more than, I don't know if I got my brain working right. I had it all figured out to where this bag that I got is less than 50 cents a serving. I'm going to go get it real quick, okay? You guys hang tight. Okay. So, I'm a little on the chilly side. This is a big bag. They've changed their bag. And I know I already said it. So I'm going to pull it up here. Slim Fast, original, energy, what does it say? No, it says French vanilla, artificially flavored meal replacement shake mix, okay? On the back, there's all kinds of numbers, vitamins and minerals and different things. Serving size is 26 grams, about 1 scoop, it says. And the scoop's fairly big. But it's got a lot of stuff in it that's good for you. And then you add it to milk. I'm not sure if you can add it to water, how it would taste. I haven't really read the instructions. Ingredients, very first ingredient is sugar. That means it's got the most. Okay, and that's why my naturopath told me no, because we don't want sugar. Okay, and I know recently I've said a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, and I neglected to say the one thing, and that is when I got it, I was trying to give my smoothie a little bit of flavor. So, because of what she said, I just did a half a scoop, okay? But it made a difference in my shake. I'm gonna get in here and get my scoop out and show it to you. Smells good. I love vanilla, so that helps. Anyway, here it is. It's a fairly good size scoop, okay? If you're going by my hand. God, it smells good. That's really great. Well, anyway, under normal circumstances, if you're getting this from Amazon, it's $31. Like $30.99 or $31.99. I'm not sure which. But right now, it's $20.99. So we'll just say it's $10 off. Okay, and that's when I like to buy it. I don't like to buy it when I know it's going to go down to that price sometime. Anyway, so there's a lot of things I put in my smoothie, but that's one of the main ingredients there. I mean, it's not the main ingredient, but it gives you flavor, and it gives you, it says 23 vitamins and minerals with A, C, D, E, and zinc. Okay. Then it's got 10 grams of protein when prepared with 8 fluid ounces of fat-free milk, which I don't use fat-free milk, but you could, and it would still taste good. So that's something I might think about. And also there's nut milk and seed milk. My naturopath told me to get away from dairy. Dairy's got a lot of sugar in it too. Okay, and then it's got 4 grams of fiber. Now, the particular thing about this, and I don't know if the other one is going to come in a bag this big, okay, but they have a Slim Fast that's got more protein in it. And then when you look at this, a lot of times, that protein that they're saying it has is when you add milk to it. Shake mix, what does that mean? I found you. Yes, I love that song. I wonder what folate is. That don't sound good. Amount per serving. Okay, so anyway, it's got amount per serving. Shake mix. I'm going to have to look up what that means, because the other one says with 8 ounces of fat-free milk. Okay, so it went up from, we'll go up here to biotin, just for instance. Biotin, just shaking it up, I guess, with water. 10 mcgs. That is not much at all of the biotin. And then when you, it says 35%. But when you add the 8 ounces of fat-free milk, it goes up to 50%. That's not so bad. And I'm not going to worry about all that. I'm just trying to tell you that I know that they have, this one is called the original. Okay, so I know they have one that's got higher protein in it. But I'm sure it costs a heck of a lot more money. So my main thing was, I was using a half of that scoop just to give me some flavor, and I didn't figure it hurt to give me some vitamins and minerals. And this is a whole different ball game, I guess, but it's already made, and I can just get it out of the fridge and drink it, and that's what I'm doing. So it is the easiest one. But when you have to worry about money, it might not be. I don't know what this cost. My daughter had it in the fridge from a while back, but it's still delish because it had never been opened. Okay, so then the other thing that I ordered, I finally ordered, and I'm sure I told you about it before. This has 50 superfoods. It's gluten-free. It's got 1 billion probiotics. That's a good thing. Super Nutrition Powder. So it's by Orgain, Orgain. It says organic superfoods plus probiotics. Super Nutrition Powder. So when I make my smoothie, I've shown you guys several times me making a smoothie. I've probably already discussed all that. I left my walnuts at my sister's house. My Aunt Kathy had given me some because she knew I was using it in my smoothies. And it is really good for you. Walnuts are good for you. And I think they fight cancer. You don't have to have as many walnuts as I was putting in mine. But I think 5 to 10 halves. So you could have 6 full walnuts or something, or 10. It doesn't matter. I put more in than I needed. I would put in a small handful, like a quarter of a cup down at the bottom of my smoothie deal. And then I would put in a bunch of blueberries and strawberries, and I had a bigger cup than I do now, the blender part. But it's okay because I found myself wanting to just have smaller servings, so just put less in and have a nice smoothie. In fact, it's okay to just go ahead and enjoy it and drink it. What I was doing was I had frozen strawberries, frozen blueberries, and I would just mix it all, fruit and nuts, and it's in the freezer, so I'm not going to go get it. Okay, so I would use blueberries, strawberries, ground up flaxseed. You want to work your way up to a tablespoon in the morning, tablespoon at night if you're having 2 smoothies a day. But I want a bigger cup. I'm calling it a cup. It looks like a cup. Anyway, I want a bigger one so I can put more stuff in it. Like what you should really be doing maybe is using fruit and vegetables together. And that would be, I know they use bok choy, they use spinach, they use kale. And I'm not sure what they call those vegetables. I want to say carnivorous, but I don't think that's it. It's something similar to that. But anyway, point is, it tastes really good. Really good. I put in one of my smoothies once, I put in celery, and I put in an apple. I peeled the apple. I mean, if you get organic apples, you might be okay. Because, I mean, you want to wash them really good. But if they're organic, at least they don't have pesticides. And I'm not sure they shouldn't have fertilizer either, okay? Because you want all natural. So, let me show you the back of this. Well, that doesn't show a heck of a lot, does it? I'm not understanding that at all. I'm looking at the superfoods, okay? It's supposed to have 50 different things in there, but yet they're not showing a hell of a lot on the back. That's a very short little deal. I haven't read it all. I don't know what that says. Organic ancient grains. Millet. I used to feed millet to my animals. I just don't know the names of those, okay? There's chia, black wheat. Oh, buckwheat. See, you can tell I can't see very good. And then organic berries and fruit. It says apple, alki, anyway, pineapple, banana, cranberry, mango, strawberry, tart, cherry. so it must be tart cherry, blackberry, blueberry, and raspberry. And then organic grains and grasses, it's got wheatgrass, barley grass, oat grass, kale, broccoli, spinach, cabbage. Those are all good for fighting cancer, people. Organic veggies and herbs, you've got beet and carrot and tomato, green bell pepper, Brussels sprouts, ginger, garlic, onion, parsley, cauliflower, asparagus, celery, cucumber, turmeric, and cinnamon. And yes, I use the cucumber. Delish. Delish, delish. And see, with my situation and no teeth, I can't eat a cucumber because my gums will not chew through it. So it's just good to put all that in your blender. Organic sprouts. I don't know how to say that word. Quinoa, sprouts, amaranth sprouts, millet sprouts, garbanzo bean sprouts, alfalfa sprouts, pumpkin seed sprouts, flaxseed, buckwheat sprout, and lentil sprout. I don't know how to say that word. And then there's broccoli sprouts and sunflower seed sprouts. And then it says 1 billion probiotics, higher standards. Anyway, that's a whole lot of stuff. Such a little teeny bit of thing written down over here. I don't understand that. Nevertheless, I'm going to just try to believe them. We'll call it good, okay? So in my smoothie, as of recent, I've been putting in, I ordered those two things, my Slim Fast. What's really great about the Slim Fast is it stops you from getting hungry. I mean, I'm sure you're going to get hungry sooner or later, but you don't get hungry as fast as, like, I tried a different protein drink or meal replacement shake, and I got hungry pretty dadgum fast, which makes me sick. So that's not a good thing. I like the fact that Slim Fast helps me not get hungry. I mean, you want to eat, people, but if you have a situation like me and you get sick when you're hungry, you don't want to be hungry all the time. No, doesn't make for a good feeling. You know, nausea and your head hurts and whatever. So these meal replacement shakes seem good to me. They might not be as good as if you were eating the food, but how many of those foods are you going to eat? Not much. Okay. So in my smoothies, I know I probably already covered it, but I'm going to do it again. So if I had them, I would put walnuts in the bottom. But what I've been doing is putting blueberries and strawberries. Now, actually, I started putting the milk in first because when you put in the powders and stuff, you don't want it to get all stuck in the ridges and edges and stuff. So you put the milk in first, and maybe what you think it's going to take. You can always add a little extra milk if you don't have enough. But so we'll just say that I have the walnuts. We're going to put walnuts in, and then we're going to put blueberries and strawberries. And then a way to save on the money is you can add ice. You don't have to fill it up with strawberries and blueberries. You can have less and still have it be good because you don't need as much as I was putting in there. So we got those three main ingredients. Excuse me. Then I'm going to put in a tablespoon of flaxseed, ground up flaxseed, and you keep that in the freezer. You don't leave it out in the cupboard. Okay, you keep it in the freezer, you get it out, pull out your tablespoon, put it back in the freezer. And then a scoop of this. And I've just been going ahead and putting a whole scoop of my Slim Fast in there instead of a half a scoop. But it would be better if you used like almond milk or a seed milk. They have chia seed milk. Isn't that crazy? Nevertheless. So it's not that many ingredients. And then, you know, if you don't have it too icy, when I have it, I make it icy and I eat it with a spoon. But I found that I really like just to drink it. So I need to probably invest in some seed milk or nut milk instead of dairy. But it sure does make it smooth. I mean, if you use dairy, it makes it smoother. And another thing, okay, so we're gonna do some investigating as to what we like and what is good for us. Okay, avocado. Avocado is good in your smoothie, and you can just put a half. I love avocado. Okay, so I don't mind eating it with some salt and pepper and a spoon. But you can put avocado in your smoothie. You can put celery in your smoothie. You can put, I mean, those things I have tried. Do not do this one thing I tried, or do it and you'll see. But, she told me I could put in, I thought frozen vegetables. Yay, I'll just put frozen vegetables in there because they'll make it all nice and cold and stuff. No, you don't want that. And she had told me if I used frozen vegetables, I needed to steam them and get them at least halfway smooth, not frozen. But I think I'd rather just eat them, you know, fix it, and put some butter and salt and pepper on it and eat it up. Butter is good for you. There are those people who are going to say that it is not, but it is a good fat. You wouldn't think that fat would be good for you, but certain kinds of fat, yes. And some things I'm just repeating, okay? I'm no expert, but I love butter. So we're going to have some butter. What I was doing, and I'm going to do when I go back to Walmart, is they've got different places in the United States it might be different prices, but where I was anyway, you could get a smaller bag of frozen broccoli for $1.16 at Walmart. So I started getting me a bunch of those, and then you don't have to cook it in a pan. You just stick it in a microwave for the right amount of time, and then it'll just kind of pop open and let out the steam. But I take a whole one of those. I mean, you could have two people eat it, okay? But I don't really want to say I'm lazy, but it is kind of sort of like that. I just need something that's fast and easy and good for me. So I take a bag of broccoli and put it in the microwave and cook it, and it pops open, and then I pour it in a bowl. I put butter and salt and pepper. Stir that up, and it's nummy nums. And it's good for you. Okay, broccoli is known for fighting cancer. The green leafy things, spinach, kale. Now, I think kale's kind of bitter, and I haven't had very much of it, but it is supposed to be good. I'm going to have another drink of this before it gets hot. I really like it. So, good for you and you like it. And I do love vanilla, and it says vanilla latte, but the color of the carton is chocolate. So that's what I would think it is. Low glycemic, it says, made with real coffee, as much caffeine as a cup of coffee, gluten-free, low glycemic. And then it says instant coffee, caffeine content per shake as compared to a standard 8 fluid ounce of brewed coffee. Glycemic load under 10. Now, I don't understand that, okay? I know that the glycemic thing has to do with how it affects your blood sugar. Like some things are going to really give you a spike. And I don't know exactly what that means. It's up for too much sugar at one time in your bloodstream. Give you high blood sugar. That's a spike. You're going along and you're like this and you go up. Well, that's a high spike. I know, I'm just a silly Willy. So, the main thing I would do if you're going to do like I do, and we don't have Walmart right close at hand, but I'm going to be going to the doctor this week, and it goes right by Walmart. So I'll be stopping in. And they got a big, I mean, they've got like a big 3 pound or 4 pound bag of strawberries for around $10. Okay, they're frozen strawberries. And then the blueberries are like $10. Okay, there may be only 3 pounds because I'm sure they're not giving you 4 pounds of those. Those are expensive. But you get those two things and put them in your freezer. You get the flaxseed, the ground flaxseed, put it in the freezer. And then that's what you put in your smoothie, okay? So you're getting flaxseed, which is really good for you, and it fights cancer. But it's good for your body, too. You know, just because I'm fighting cancer, and I use that word a lot, you want to fight all kinds of diseases, right? Well, I think the leafy greens are a good thing. And fruit is a good thing. And this superfoods and probiotics, I'm counting on it being a good thing. Just seems like that it would just be too much to put it all on there, but they're not showing a hell of a lot of nutrients is what I'm looking for. You know, I want to see a bunch of nutrients, 100%, 500%. But it's okay. I know that what I've got going on is real and good for you. And I do know from past experience when I was doing my blood sugars, you know, taking my blood sugar every day and all that good stuff. That was a long time ago when I went to the naturopath. And when I started not using dairy, but I was using almond milk is what I was doing, and I was getting it at the Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree carries almond milk, and they've even carried chia milk. Okay, but I did notice that my blood sugars went way down compared to if I was using dairy. So it's important. You know, get rid of dairy whenever you can. I wouldn't say it's detrimental if you have some, especially if you just have some, you know. And it's true. Just depends on how you do it. You know, my brother, when he made smoothies, and this was a while back, and he wasn't doing it for the reasons that I'm doing it, but he would use ice. I mean, he'd have a little bit of fruit, but he'd use ice to replace the frozen fruit he wasn't using because he liked it slushy too. But I've decided that I like just drinking it. So I don't know that I want it frozen anymore. You know, it just depends on how I want to sit in it. If I want to sit and enjoy it by the spoonful, then yes, I want it frozen. But what I was discovering also is that when I did it that way, sometimes I'd only eat half of it and put the other half in the freezer, and then I'd forget about it, and then it's not as good. Okay? So you just do what you want to do. Depends on your situation. If you just want a little fruit in your diet, you don't need to have, I mean, because I was counting on that being all my nutrition. I know I'm supposed to be having my teeth in my mouth, and I'm going to work on that. I know I keep saying that. I mean, I would like to look better. I don't like all these wrinkles that I'm getting because I'm not having teeth in my mouth. My face is going to look a lot different. And if I can figure out how to eat with them cotton pickers, they I just don't think they did it right. Okay, it doesn't fit in my mouth good. It feels so foreign. And then I'm going to give you a little thing about my teeth. I need to talk to an expert. But you know, you got your gums. And then you've got your teeth going up in your gums, which I guess, you know, makes your mouth protrude a little bit. This right here would be protruding more because that is my gums right there. And so it just seems like they got my teeth way out there away from my gums. So when I go to bite down to try to eat, I was telling my daughter about it, and I say it's kind of like, you know, those places when you go to the restaurant and it's got a place out there for you to put in your money and then have a little crane thing go down and pick up something or bring it out. Well, it's kind of like one of those claw things. It's like, here's my gums, and then out here is my damn teeth. And so when I'm trying to chew, it just don't seem right. I don't know if you can understand what I'm saying because it's kind of weird. But nevertheless, I have to work on that. You know, I was telling her, it hurts. It hurts to wear those things. And then when you go to eat, oh my God, I take my teeth out so I can eat. So it's a pain in the butt. A big pain in the butt. I need to get that fixed. But I have seen a product that I'm going to try, and it's called Cushion Grip. You know, those people gave me those teeth, and I'm going, where's the soft? There's no soft nothing. They're hard. And so you're putting them in there with your gums, and they're hard. There's no soft cushioning. I'm going, I know. I mean, 30 years ago. Seems like it was about 30 years ago when I had dentures, and they came with a soft lining. They didn't hurt. It was like, what the heck, man? So, this cushion grip stuff, I'm not sure what they call that, if it's silicone, but you squish out some, and then you rub it until it becomes a snake, you know, like you're playing with Play-Doh, and then you line your dentures with that snake. Squish it in, and then it's supposed to have adhesive on both sides, okay, so it sticks to your teeth and sticks to your gums. Yeah, that would be right, although your teeth are false. Anyway, I haven't bought that yet. I got to put that on my list. Well, I don't know who that is, so I'm not answering it. It's probably someone I want to talk to. Okay. So anyway, got carried away with my smoothie, and this is the replacement for my smoothie today, okay? And it's really good, so I don't have a problem with that. I just want to have things that are good for me in there. So I've got so many things to work on. I need nutrition. And then I need a vat of oil to lay in. In other words, I have not taken care of my skin in forever. And I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing, because sometimes just messing with your face isn't really good all the time. But I want to smooth out some wrinkles. I want to not look old. I know that I look better than I could. I'm very lucky because I really feel like I could look a lot worse. My age is 70. And there was a time when I thought that was so old. You know, when it reaches you and you become that age, and then you just feel different about it, okay? For some reason, it might just be in my genes, I'm not sure, but for some reason, I haven't really gone gray very much. I know I've got gray, definitely got gray, but so far so good. I've never dyed my hair. My Aunt Kathy, she's a year and a half older than me, and we were sitting across the room from each other, and she's going, "Do you dye your hair?" And I said, "No." She said, "Why is your hair not white?" Because her hair is. And a lot of people's are, right? And my daughter, her father, his family, they went gray early. So I really don't know what the situation is, but I'm glad. I'm not complaining. My Grandma Riggs, which was my mother's mother, still had mostly black hair when she died, and she was over 79. So we shall see. It remains to be seen as to what will happen if I live long enough. We'll put it that way. But nevertheless, I'm glad. Like I said, I'm not complaining at all. Now, if I could just make myself, my body, go back in time, that would be wonderful. I've heard, don't know, I mean, we could just not believe it, but I have heard that they've got technologies and they've got things where we can reverse our age. And then there's a saying, like you can even grow your own teeth back. Excuse me. So that's like a fantasy, right? God, I'd love that. I would love that. If we could do that, reverse our age, grow our teeth back, be strong. So that's the other thing I've got to do is I've got to exercise. I've got to walk, and I need to do weights. I'm not going to do strong, heavy weights, but I need to do some. What did they call that? Because I was worried about walking. I was worried that I was hurting my bones by walking. Weight bearing. They said I need weight bearing exercise, and walking fits the dynamic. It's not exactly how they said it, but that's how it came out of my mouth. Okay? So, we need to do good. I need to exercise. I've started trying to do Zumba, but Zumba is kind of hard, even though it's easy. But walking right now when it's so cold outside, no. I know. One of my people sent me gloves and sent me warm socks. How sweet, how cool is that? And I'm enjoying my socks. And if I go out for a walk, I will be enjoying my gloves. I really appreciate that. So, anyway, that'll be enough about all of that. How far have I gotten? 41 minutes. I haven't known what I'd want to talk about. I need to start writing down lists, and I did start once upon a time because there's a lot of things I'd like to talk about. And yes, there's always that controversy, where other people don't think the way you do. That's okay. I don't really know. However, it's probably time to go. Is that rhymed? I know, I'm so silly. I know that I was talking about maybe reading in Abraham. I'm just not sure if I'm going to want to do that, but it's a short book. So I think it's like 5 or 6 chapters, I wonder. And I'm not going to read it here because when I do read that, I'm going to label it and then I'm going to just try to just read it. If there's something I need to talk about or I feel like I need to talk about with it, then I will. But let's see, we'll go to, there they are, the scriptures. And then we're going to go to, I want to go to the Pearl of Great Price, Abraham. Anyway, there's only 5. There's 5 chapters in Abraham. And then underneath it, it says facsimiles. And then it's got 3. I don't know what that really means. Let me look and see what they're talking about. Oh, they're talking about pictures. Okay, I'm going to show you one. I don't know if you can see it, actually. Doggone it. There. Okay. You see the guy there with the knife? And then you see the other guy laying on the table? That's Abraham on the table. And I believe that these things right down here are gods. Meaning, that's what they're considering to be gods. Like a little golden statue. Like that's a god. All right? How stupid are these people? Where did they come up with that? Let's make a golden calf. Let's worship that. Let's see what number 2 looks like. Weird. And there's one of those golden calves, but it's upside down. I don't know. I'm going to have to put it right up here where you can see it. Okay, let's see if I can hold it slow. But you see right down Damn it. Right down here it's upside down, but that's a cow. Weird. I don't know what all that crap is. But it's like the Egyptian hieroglyphics or hieroglyphics. I'm saying it wrong. But you know what I mean. And that's what is called a facsimile. It is a picture. All right, I'm going to show you the third one. All right, it says, oh my. Figure number 1 is Abraham sitting upon Pharaoh's throne by the politeness of the king, with a crown upon his head representing the priesthood as emblematical of the grand presidency in heaven. Oh, wow. With the sepulchre of justice and judgment in his hand. Figure number 2 says it's King Pharaoh, whose name is given in the characters above his head. Number 3 signifies Abraham in Egypt, as given also in figure 10. Prince of Pharaoh, King of Egypt, is written above the hand. Anyway, that's enough of that. I'm not going to read any more of that. But the point is, these, let me see how big these chapters are. Okay, 31. All right, I've been talking to you guys about my patriarchal blessing. Okay, so here's verse 31. The records of the fathers, even the patriarchs, concerning the right of priesthood, the Lord my God preserved in mine own hands, therefore a knowledge of the beginning of the creation, and also of the planets and of the stars, as they were made known unto the fathers, have I kept even unto this day, and I shall endeavor to write some of these things upon this record for the benefit of my posterity that shall come after me. Okay? Wow. Okay, so we're going to read Abraham next. I done decided. You guys don't have to listen, but I think it's real important. See, there's these things, like I said, these puzzles you got to put together, okay? So we've got the Old Testament, we've got the New Testament, we've got the Book of Mormon, which is another testament of Jesus Christ, our Savior, okay? And then we have the Pearl of Great Price. There's some different things in that book, okay? One being Moses. I think it's the 5 books of Moses, but I'm not sure. And it has a little bit of extra revelation there because Joseph Smith is the one who is translating it with the help, with the power of the Holy Ghost. And these, you know what, I need to read it and make sure I'm telling the truth, but the Book of Mormon was translated with the Urim and Thummim. And I would think that Joseph Smith used the Urim and Thummim with both these records, both Moses and Abraham. That's what I think. I could be wrong. Anyway, so I am not sure if I finished all that I was reading, because I kind of got carried away and left one and went to another. Like I said before, I've read Mormon, which is a book inside of the Book of Mormon, and I've read Moroni, which is another book inside the Book of Mormon. I've read Ether in the Book of Mormon, and that's from the people that came from the Tower of Babel. Pretty interesting, and you learn some really good things in there, Okay, so that's 3 books. And then I have read all of 3rd Nephi. And that's the record when Jesus Christ came. I mean, he was born over in Jerusalem, and he grew up, and then he preached the gospel, and then he died for our sins, and then he was resurrected, and then he stuck around. He stuck around for a while. I mean, he would leave and come back and leave and come back, but he visited with the apostles after he was resurrected. Okay? So then we've got what? So that's 4 books that I know for a fact I've read. 3rd Nephi, Mormon, Moroni, and Ether. And then I just started, that's what it is, I started reading 1st Nephi. Because that tells about the people who left Jerusalem, who brought the brass plates with them and started keeping their own records. And then there's all these time frames in there, okay? Mormon was a historian, also a captain of armies, was tight with God. And Moroni was his son, okay? And they're telling about these wars. And they're telling about the annihilation of the Nephites, okay? Your first record in the Book of Mormon is called 1st Nephi. It's actually called Nephi. I called it 1st Nephi because there's a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th Nephi, okay? And it's different time frames. Okay, so that's enough of that. Point is, there's so much to learn. And you people, I'm not sure what your name is, and I did read your comment, and I'm so sorry for what you're going through. So hopefully you won't mind, because I don't even have a name to put you with, so it's okay, right? I'm not sure if you're a man or a woman, but I got a message the other day from someone who lost the use of their legs 3 years ago. And they're in a place where they are totally alone, not even allowed pets. And I was telling them, surely, I mean, these days, service animals are important. And if you're sitting there living alone, I mean, I'm not sure what kind of a place she lives or he lives, if it's in a nursing home or what, because you couldn't take care of yourself if you have no legs. I mean, you probably have legs, you just don't have the use of them. And I know recently I've been talking about the fact that my legs are weak, so we got to do stuff about that. One is being mobile. If you are able to be mobile, you need to be mobile so you don't lose that. And nutrition is important. And visiting with people is important. My goodness, I can't even imagine. My granddaughter, one of my granddaughters, thinks I'm crazy in the head because she watches me listen to myself. Are you listening to yourself? Yes, I am. I find it very interesting. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to say. I think it's important. And it's important to use that skill, to use your brain, to use your mouth, to use your vocabulary. And it's important to have someone to love. If you don't have any people, I mean, it's very important to have a pet. That is what they're called, pets, because we pet them. But it's someone to share our love with. And it's someone who will share their love with us. Very important, people. So I don't know what the situation is with this person or how we could get that changed, but I did write to whoever they are and told them, man, that's what service animals are all about. It's not just about your protection. It's someone you can give your love to. someone you can receive love from, to make life bearable, you know? And sometimes the ones we love, or maybe it's not the ones we love, it's our family. Because we might not love our family, especially if they're mean. You know? Who can frickin' love a mean person? Not me. And I don't think many of us can. So you'd be sitting there wondering, why doesn't anybody love me? Well, maybe you didn't love them. Just food for thought, people. Everybody needs love, even our animals. And yes, I know people have used that expression, unconditional love, and it is true. You see your pets loving you when you don't deserve it. Anyway, I don't know why I started off on that, but it's because I got that message not very long ago. You know, it's been within the last week, I think. But the point is, sharing love is very important. And that is just a matter of sharing kindness, like another person of mine said. Said he's not very religious, she or he, I'm not sure what it is, okay? Not very religious, but they do share kindness. Well, that is trying to be like Jesus. Share kindness, and that is love, okay? Try to make someone else's life a little better. Anyway, so that's enough of that. I keep saying that. I do love to sing. I wish my voice was like it used to be. And actually, here's some more wishes. I wished I'd have trained it. You know, train my voice to actually be at a certain note. I don't have that. What I've got is copycat. You know what? If I listen to a song long enough, then it's in my head and it's going to come out sounding like that. As long as my voice will let me. It doesn't always let me do that. But I think it is getting better the more I try. But I notice sometimes when I try to sing, my voice goes up and down like a yodeler. And then if I put it's weird, but if I put my hand there, it seems to help me. And I don't even know that it's pressure. It's just, for some reason, it just helps. I don't know how to say it. Nevertheless, people, I think I will say sayonara. No, I'll say goodbye for now. I will return. And I do think I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and read Abraham, and we'll see what comes out of it. If it's too hard to read, I will stop. But remember, I've told you people to get into that app. Put that app on your phone, your computer, your laptop, your tablet, whatever. It's free. Yes, it might take up some space because it's an app. It's got all those scriptures on it. And it's got books. And it's got hymn books. It's got all kinds of things that are free, people. And that's what I started to say, is that you people, my people, especially the one that's alone, and there's a lot of us that are alone. I mean, basically, really, I am alone. Except for I have you people, and I have my religion, and I have the scriptures, which is people from ancient times talking to you. I mean, I would think that'd be very interesting, okay? So, that's what I started to say. If you are alone, And you don't have the use of your legs, but do you have your brain? I mean, can you use your brain? I know you can because you wrote me a letter. But, you know, the point is, it will give you something to do in your loneliness, okay? Just like when I was up on that mountain. I lived up on a mountain for about, I will say about a year. It was probably 10 months or so. And I had this insatiable urge to learn. And I had nothing to learn from except for my scriptures. So that's what I went after. Okay? I was 27 at the time. My daughter was in kindergarten, and I was not with a man at that particular time. I mean, of course, there were. But the point is, there's very, very, very interesting things in those scriptures that you could be reading, that you could be feeding your soul. Okay? You're not going to die and lay in that grave. Your body will, but your spirit, your mind will not. The more you learn while you're here on earth, the better it'll be for you in the future, okay? And the future is coming, whether we like it or not. And the future is not just about living here on earth, but where we're going after we leave. This is your time for learning. This is your probation. What will you do with what you are given? And all of the knowledge that's in our little brains is going with us, okay? And we're going to need it. We're going to do all kinds of great things in the future. After we leave here, we're going to be in the millennium. Millennium. 1,000 years where Jesus Christ will reign on the earth. And where the lion and the lamb will lay down together. The lion will no longer want to eat meat. He'll be eating grass. The food chain will be gone. So those are just things to think about. And I'm over an hour now, so I should probably stop. And if I still have time and I feel like it, which I might, I think I'll go ahead and read some out of Abraham. So you guys take care. Love yourself. And love your neighbor, which is anybody and everybody across the earth. What wants to come out of my head is love your mate. Love your children. Love your parents. There's so much you need to do and accomplish. So you might try that. Don't be feeling sorry for yourself too much. Try to see what it is you can do with what you have. Meaning, I talk a lot about helping other people. But you know what? If you're in a place where there's other people like you that have the same problems as you, you can help them. Spread the word. Spread the love of Christ. And you'll feel so good. I mean, despite all the crap you're going through, I feel bad for you, okay? But I'm just trying to say that you can feel better. You can feel better about yourself. You can feel better that you're helping yourself, knowing where you're going. Yes, we're going back to that God who gave us life. Get ready. Get ready. And you're actually, Jesus Christ is our judge, okay? So there you go. Take care. I love you people, and I hope I don't bore you to death. Take care.